Just doing our breathing. Hello. Hiya, Sati. Hiya. Hello. First one's in. Oh, I've got someone in. That one, but they're not appearing. It's really weird. I've got one person. Oh, Raj. Hiya, Raj. Hi, Grace. So, we're going to do, again, our freestyle yoga. So, it's kind of a yoga mix. Do what you can. If there's anything that you feel is a bit too much, then don't do it. If you feel any pain, stop as well. It's, again, high blood pressure, diabetes, not really for you. People with slip discs, there's no forward bends and twists today. It's mainly back bends. So this is not too bad. But even that, I would say, just be aware and listen to your body. See how you feel. Hiya, Glenn. Oh. Hi, everybody. Hi. Guy, I'm assuming your name is. So I'm going to get us all standing up. Firstly, make sure that there's room, that you're not going to kick anything. You can move around in every direction, and that you've got some water if you need it, and like I said, that you're okay to do this class. The Thursday tomorrow morning will be an assisted class, so I'll be showing you how to make it easier if you've got high blood pressure and diabetes problems. But like I said, listen to your body the whole time. So the first thing we're going to always do is start off in our nice base position, making sure that our feet are in line with our hips, and we use our fists to make sure that they're in the right position there. Stretch your toes out if you can, and if you can, do a Mexican wave to put the toes down. If you want, you can always just pull the toes out and give them a stretch out. Now you want to make sure that you're balanced on your feet, that you're not letting your feet roll in, so that you're not pushing into the knuckle of your little toe, but you're also not rolling out too far so that your big toe knuckle isn't touching the floor. Everything has to be down. You then don't want to be leaning too far forward so that you feel your heels lifting off the floor, or leaning too far back that your toes don't touch the floor. You again want to be nice and even. You want your knees to face in the same direction as your toes. Sometimes people's knees go out that way, and sometimes people's knees go in this way. It doesn't matter which way your knees go, as long as your feet are going in the same direction, so that the joints are in the same place. If you lift your toes up really hard, you'll feel this kneecap feel as if it's starting to move, but it's actually this muscle here that starts to tighten up and pulls it up. If you can, keep it tight, but put it down, put the toes down. Squeeze your legs together. Squeeze your bum muscle, then you'll find your back muscle will come in, and then squeeze that side muscle. Then if you think about your pelvic floor, imagine you're in a lift, stop yourself from breaking wind at the back, and then at the front, imagine you want to stop yourself from having a wee. It works the same for men and women. And then your abdominal lock, this muscle here, as you breathe out, pull the stomach muscles backwards and try and hold them in with everything else tight as well. Now bring the shoulders back and down, and we're just going to start with a few breaths in through the nose. So breathing in, and then breathe out through the nose if you can. And with this, we're just bringing ourselves to this moment. We're getting rid of the day. So anything that's annoyed you, anything that's worrying you, there's nothing you can do about it for the next 55 minutes. So you're going to be here. So just try and get rid of it. So breathing in, and as you breathe out, just blow all them thoughts, all them worries, all that stress away. And we're going to do one more. Lovely. So bringing ourselves, we brought ourselves to our mat. Now we're just going to move our neck. So keeping our hands pointing down, we're going to breathe out, tuck our chin down, and breathe in, bring our head back. You can stick your chin up towards the ceiling, and you'll feel that stretch even more on that neck. So breathing out, tucking the chin down, breathe in, bring it back. And then bringing it back to centre. So we're going to take it, tick-tock it to the side. So we're going to bring it to the ear. You don't want the shoulders to come up. You don't want to drop the chin down or look up. You want to try and keep the chin perfectly in line. If you want, you can always put your hand, your elbow on your hand. And if you use the top knuckle of your finger and just place your nose there and then just tick-tock it, as long as it doesn't move off there, then you know that you're kind of keeping it in line. So that's a way, if you needed to, you could always do that one as well. So if you don't need to, hands pushing towards the floor, tuck the chin in, breathing out, breathing out. Don't worry about the breath in. When you're not breathing out, you're breathing. And then we're going to bring it back to centre. So again, we're doing the same thing. We'll keep moving over the shoulder. We don't want to drop. We don't want to lift. And we're also trying not to push it a bit too far. So we don't want to move the body. We want to keep the body nice and straight. And we're just taking it side to side. So again, it's a little breath. And if you watch the Friday breathing, you'll understand that it's a top lobe. If you haven't, you can catch that on YouTube. Breathing, Marisgreenyoga, bit of a plug. And also I'll do it again. I'll do another breathing technique Friday morning. And then we're going to bring ourselves back to centre. So we're going to do the same thing with this lower part of the stomach. Keeping our feet where they are. We're breathing in. We're reaching back. We're bending the elbows. We're breathing in. Bending the knees, sorry. And reaching back. Breathe out. And breathe in. And with this, we're starting to wake up the joints through the body, through the legs, through the back, through the stomach and the chest. Plus it's warming us up a little. And we can start talking, I forget to count. So we're going to do one more. And bring ourselves up and bring ourselves down. Like I said, if you felt a bit dizzy doing that, don't have a think about when you finish something how you're feeling. So we're going to turn and look over our shoulder. So our head leads and then the body follows. And then our head goes the other side and the body follows. We're breathing out as we reach the destination. I'll turn this way. So you breathe out here and then you breathe out here. If you were feeling dizzy when you were doing it, then just hold it and then move to the other side. But you'll feel that it starts to work diagonally through the body, through the knees, through the shoulders, through the chest, through the back. But it's always the head that goes first. Everything just follows the head. And then we're going to bring it back to centre. If the body still feels like it keeps moving, just let it carry on until it stops. So if we take our feet apart. Now you can have your arms down and you can just slide down the side of the body if you want, or you can take them up with you. So we'll start with the right hand. Turn the thumb back so it's coming right from the shoulder and rolling it back. Breathe in, lift it up. Breathe out, reach over. Breathe in, stretch that arm. And breathe out, bring it back down. And as you see, I turn my hand back so the thumb comes down this way. So turning the thumb back, breathe in. Breathe out, reach over. Breathe in, stretching the arm so that you feel the stretch here. And then breathing out, turn the hand, bringing it down. Stretching that arm on that breath in, breathe out, bring it down. And over. Now, if you can, you're breathing into this top lung, which will sound really weird. But again, the more you come to the breathing exercises on the Friday morning, the more you'll understand the breath. Bringing it down. Now we're going to do one more on each side. Okay, brilliant. Bring your weight onto your right leg. If you need to, grab a chair, grab something to hold onto, grab a wall. It's more about the hip movement rather than the leg. We're just going to bring the foot forwards and backwards. So that we're starting to work this hip. It doesn't have to be very high, you can keep it nice and low. But you want to keep that leg nice and straight. You don't want to bend the knee at the back as it's coming in, so it's not a flick back. Keeping it nice and straight, so you'll feel it stretching the muscles here at the front and then here at the back. And then we're going to bring it down and we're going to move our weight over. Again, if you need to hold something or tighten up all the muscles in the body, starting with the feet, tighten everything up, pulling the pelvic floor, swing it back and forward. If you can, when it goes back, don't let it turn out. Keep it facing in so that hip stays nice and straight. Now, as well as stretching, as it's going forwards and backwards, it's also working. So when it goes forwards, it's working the front of your leg, and when you go back, you're working your butt. And then we're bringing it down. So we're going to take it across the body. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I'll always mention it again, just to be on the safe side. If you've had a hip replacement, don't take your leg across the line of your body. You can bring it to and you can go out, but you can't go across. Okay? If you haven't had your hip replaced, then you're okay. Again, bring the weight. Make sure that knee's relaxed, that you're not locking it out, that you're relaxing the knee. The muscles are doing the work. Bring it across the body and out to the side. Again, making sure the toe stays forward. It doesn't go off to the side. And again, if you need to, hold on to somebody. As long as they're not doing it. And with this, it's the outside and the inside now working. But again, that hip is moving, so it's as if we're sort of moving the shoulder blade, but we can't do as much movement with that, with our leg. Oh, some people can. They can throw their legs around in a circle. But most of us can't. So let's bring it down and let's change sides. So again, move the weight, tighten up all the muscles, pull the pelvic floor in, flex your foot, bring it across the body and out to the side. And bring it down. So bringing it into our knees, and we'll come back to our shoulders in a minute before I forget. Now, there isn't much we can do with our knees, and I'm moving forward. So you can see this bit of skin muscle just over the top of the knee here. We're going to try and lift that up. We're doing what I tend to do when I get you to tighten up this muscle. But we're going to relax the muscle because we're going to work it ourselves. We're going to hold it. You're using your fingers in this kind of position, and your fingers should fit perfectly on the bones on each side of your knee. So if you feel into the knee, you'll feel you've got one bone on the inside there, and the other bone where your hinges, your joints are. So you're holding it there. But you're going to lift the skin. So this area here, again, we're making sure them feet are facing forward. You're going to pull the skin back and then hold the knee. Bend the knees, but keep the feet flat on the floor. And keeping the knees in line, you're just going side to side. So it's just a little movement. You don't want the knees to come together as they move, and you don't want them to come apart as they move. You want to keep them in line with the hips, still pulling that skin back, just moving side to side. So you're kind of opening up the knee and bringing it across, and you'll feel this right into your ankles as well. And then we're going to bring it back to center. So we're going to go around in a circle, but I'm going to turn this way. So again, we're still lifting, we're still holding. We're trying to bend them knees as much as possible. Bring it to the side, go around, but we're not locking the knee. We're just taking it straight, but not locked. Okay? All the way round in a circle. We'll do it from the front. So going down, squatting as far as you can, going all the way round. But again, we don't want the legs to come apart or come together. We want them to stay in line. And then when we've done one way, we've got to go the other way. So again, hold on to them legs, take it in the opposite direction. And then we're going to bring it back to center and lift ourselves up. Give yourself a little stretch back, because you will have felt that on your back here as well. Bring it back up. So we're going to work them shoulders. This is an eagle stretch, but we're taking our arms in opposite directions. The first time we're going to push our arms in opposite directions. The second time we're going to push them up and down. Okay? So we're taking our right arm over the top of our left arm. Now, if you can, you do the next bit. If you can't, you don't worry. But I'll show you how to get there. So, the bottom hand turns away from you and waves at me. You make a fist with that hand, but you leave your little finger out. Then your top hand, which is waving at you, you bend, make it into a fist, but you stick your thumb out. You see if your thumb and your little finger can touch. If they can touch, you keep your arms up there. I'm bringing it down so you can see. If they can touch, you stretch the fingers out and see if they go across and they hold on. Now, if they can't, that will do. Staying right here will do. So it doesn't matter where you are. But what I want you to do is to push your right hand to the right and your left hand to the left. So even if you're here, you're just kind of pushing in that direction. At the same time, see if you can lift the arms as well. So you're pushing, 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 pushing. And then bring the arms down and undo them. So we're going to take it the other side. So now you're going to bring your left over your right. And again, if you can, you turn the bottom, you make a little, then make a fist, bring them together, open them, bring them together. It doesn't matter if you can't. Lift them up, but now push them in opposite directions. Now, strange thing, but try and breathe into your shoulder blades. So right at the back. And then bring it down. Now that should have, you'd have felt lovely right into them shoulders and open the shoulders up. We're going to now do the same thing again, but we're going to take it the opposite way. So this time you're going to push one down and one up. So again, right goes over left. If you can bring it in, you bring it in. If not, then you stay where you were. You're lifting it up, but now you're pushing your top arm down and your bottom arm up at the same time as lifting your arms. And again, breathe into the shoulders. And then bringing it down, undo them. And let's try the other side. So crossing it over. lifting them up, turn, bring them together if they can, lift them up now, push the top one down and the bottom one up. And then relax. Give your shoulders, give your arms a little shake. Lovely. So let's all spring it into our sun salutation so that we start to warm up a bit more. Get them muscles ready for some deep stretches. If you bring yourself to the front of your mat, wherever your mat is, you're going to bring yourself into mountain. So that pose with the feet on the floor, shoulders pulling back, pulling the stomach muscles. If you can, bring your hands together in prayer. Now with the prayer, really push them together. So they're not just holding there. Really squeeze them, squeeze them. Squeeze the fingers, pushing every part of the body, then is working. We're going to breathe in, lift up and reach back. Breathing out, bring the hands down to the floor. If you have to, bend the knees. Let the head drop forward. You're going to breathe in, straighten the legs, pull the shoulders back, tuck the chin in, keep that neck nice and long. If you find that you're rounding, bend your knees, push your chest and your bottom down. Bring the hands down. So we're going to step back with our right foot. From here, if you want, you can keep the hips dropping down. If you want, you can drop your knee as well. You can bring the hands up onto the leg, let the hips drop, and we're taking it, pushing it back to lift one arm or lift two arms into a warrior lunge. We're bringing the hands down and we're stepping back to down dog. Pushing down with our fingertips, pushing our body to our heels towards the floor. Even if we do one at a time, so we're walking the legs, that's fine. Come up onto your tiptoes and roll forward. If you need to, you can bring the knees down. I'm going to move my feet back, I'm in the wrong place. From here, bend the elbows back, drop the chest, lift up into cobra. Shoulders pulling back and down. If you want to, you can lift the knees off the floor into upward facing dog. Step back into down dog. Look forward. Lift the left leg up and pull the knee in towards the chest. Flex the foot, step it through. From here, lift as you're breathing in. Bring it around, bring it in, lift the head, bend the knees if you need to, breathe in, reach back. Okay, so we're going to add the breath now. Breathe out as we're going forward. Breathe in as you're looking forward, shoulders back. Step back this time with that left foot. And breathe in, lift the arms up. Breathe out, step back to down dog. Breathe in, come up onto the tiptoes, and breathe out, bringing it to plank, shoulders back. Breathe in as we lift up into upward facing dog or cobra, whichever you prefer. Breathe out, step back to down dog. Breathe in, lift that right foot up, and then step it in, breathe out. Drop the hips, breathe in, and bring it down, step back, breathe in, and then breathe out. Okay. So, I only ever do one set on here, only because Bo only likes one. She knows who she is. So we always do two of them on a Wednesday. Every other day I do 4, but on a Wednesday we only ever do 2. So I'm going to take you now into a dinosaur's pose. If you need a wall, grab a wall. Grab a chair. You've got a chair somewhere by you. Hold on to that if you need balance. All I'm going to get you to do is to stand on your right leg. So tighten up all the muscles. Again, lifting them legs, engaging the thighs. Imagine squeezing the legs together, but don't worry about this one. We're going to take it away. It's just so that you encourage the inside muscle to work. Squeeze your bum, bring your pelvic floor in, your abdominal lap, your shoulders back and down. Find a spot on the floor or just in front of you at eye level. You're going to point your toe and you're grabbing hold of the toe, dropping the knee towards the floor. So you don't want it out here, you want it pulling back. Now it might be that that's about as far as you can get. If you can, you're lifting the arm up and reaching it back. Then you're lifting and pushing the leg away. You don't want the knee, you want the knee to go back, you don't want it going out to the side. So you want it pulling back, the shoulder pulling back. If you can, from the floor, looking at the floor or eye level, try to look up and find a spot on the roof. And then we're going to bring it down. So we're going to do the other side. So again, tighten everything up on our left side. Find a spot to look at. Point the toe, lift it up. So that it falls over. Lift the arm up. Keep the leggings in line with the foot. Push the foot away if you can so that it pulls through the chest. Move the eye to look up. And you'll feel this right through the front of the body. It's stretching and pulling us backwards. And come the fell down. Bring it down. So it's always easier the second time. The first time the body kind of goes into shock, like, what are you doing? The second time it's like, oh, it didn't kill me, I'll be all right. So again, if you need to hold on to something, find your spot. This is stretching all through here. So constantly we're kind of like this, especially at the moment we're all sitting down. So this makes us pull us back into this position and gets us nice and straight. So we're finding our spot, we're grabbing our foot, we're lifting our arm up, we're breathing in as we push back. We're looking up if we can. Now we're breathing here, and you'll breathe mainly into your chest. And then we're bringing it down. So we're going to do the other side. So I'm looking this way because otherwise I'm looking down or looking front. So this makes it easier for me to look at something that's not moving, usually me. So lifting the foot, finding our spot, lifting the arm up, breathing in, pushing. Lift and look up if you can. And then bringing it back down. Lash. So we're going to stretch and work on these areas here, this psoas muscle. Now this is, again, it's a sitting muscle, so it's more from sitting like this, it pulls us in that direction. And we kind of like this because we can sit at our computers, we can drive our cars, we can sleep. So it's a nice position for our body to be in. The minute we start to do this, our body kind of goes, no, I don't like it, I want to go back to there. And so as we get older, that's hence to be why we tend to end up coming over. It attaches to our top, our first rib, and then goes through our hips and holds our leg to our body. But because it does that, it pulls us into that position. So it gives us our belly and it curls us from the back. So the more that we can stretch this muscle here, the better it is for us. So this is something that we've done in sun salutation. It is a warrior lunge. And we're going to pull back again to work that chest. So if we bring ourselves to our hands down to the floor, so breathing out bringing yourself down. If you have to bend your knees, you bend your knees, that's fine. We're going to sit back, I'll say with the left foot first, taking it back. So I'm going to turn this way. So we've stepped back and we've got our tiptoe down on the floor and our heel up. From here, we're dropping the hip and we're coming and lifting up and holding it there. So I'll turn back this way now. So the foot is in line, it's not going past the toe. If you want, you can stay here, you can drop down. If you can, you're lifting up a little bit more, dropping back. Now you want to tilt the pelvis as much under as you can. You don't want the bum sticking out, so tilting it forward. From here, if you can, bring the shoulders back, bring the hands together and push back as if you're pulling towards your heel. Looking up, breathing in. And then we're bringing our hands down. From there, we're going to step in and we're going to come back up. So this is a nice, it just stretches out, it relaxes that without taking it into a more relaxed position instead of going back into it and relaxing it too much. We just want to take it out a little. So we're going to step back with that right foot. So we're going to breathe in, we're going to breathe out, taking our hands down and step back with our right foot. So again, dropping the hip down. When we feel ready, lift the body up if you want, maybe you don't have to. And then when you're ready, taking the hands behind, pushing back, pull the shoulders back, look up, drop down. Breathe into the chest, keep breathing. 3 breaths. And again, we're coming forward, we're pushing back, we're stepping in, we're lifting up. Okay, one more on each side. So here we go, lift, breathing out, stepping back, dropping down, breathing in, lifting and reaching back. Keep pushing down. Bringing it round. Lift up. Last one. So we're going to bring it here. We're going to drop the knee. Bring ourselves onto our knees. Push back into a child. Let your head relax. Let your body relax down. And then bring yourself back up. Now we're going to take it into camel pose. We'll do a single and then 2 singles and we'll do a double. But we'll do a double twice. If you can't do a double, then you do a single both times. So if we do the double twice, then it gives everybody a chance if they want to do a single twice. With it, again, if your knees are hurting, get an extra blanket or something, put under your knees or double your mats over a couple of times so that it gives you a bit more padding for your knee. With your foot, you can have, I'm going to keep my foot down, but you can have it up onto your tiptoes, which makes it a little easier to get to. If you've got a block, you can always use a block as well. Make sure it's a proper block for yoga. It's not like you just got a tin of beans and decided I'll put that down. make sure it's a proper block. So, I'll start off with a single one. With this, we're putting our hands on our hips, we're pushing our hips forward, pulling our shoulders back, looking up. Now when we look up, we don't let the head drop back so far that it catches here. We control the length that it goes back so that we could actually still hold a conversation. It's not pulling too much on our throat. From there, you can lift the left arm up and see if you can place it on your heel or a block. Still pushing forward, lift the arm up in the air. Breathe here. So breathing into the chest, you'll feel it stretching all the way up the side of the body. And then we're going to breathe out to bring it back up. So we're going to do the other side. So again, we're pushing the hip forward, shoulders back, lifting the head up, lifting the right arm up, breathing out, placing it on the heel. Breathe in, lift the other arm up. Keep pushing them hips forward. And then breathing out to bring it up. So you can stay with doing it single, or we're going to take it into a double version. Like I said, it's up to you whichever way you want to do it. So we're still pushing them hips forward, shoulders coming back. We're breathing in, bringing that arm over, bringing the other arm over. Push the hips forward, pull the shoulders back. Now from here, instead of coming forward, you're going to drop your bum down. So you're kind of coming into a hero pose. Now if you're in single, you're going to just come over to the same place we were a minute ago. If we're doing double, you're going to hold on to your heels and then you're breathing in, pushing the hips forward, popping out. From this, we're going to finish off when we finish and go into child. And then we're dropping the bum and rolling forward into child. And again, when you're ready, bring yourself back up. So again, we're going to work this psoas muscle. And we're taking it into crescent moon, which is a bit like warrior. I forgot what it was called. No, I can't remember. The other one we did anyway. So it's the same, similar to that, but we're keeping the knee down this time. We're starting on all four. Start this way. Starting on all four. Bring your right foot forward so that it's between your hands. Now again, make sure that the knee doesn't go over the toes, that it stays in line, the foot's nice and straight. I should have stayed where I was. So the back leg, now this one you can come up onto your toes and wiggle back, or you can push the top of your foot down, lift your knee and slide it back. Doesn't matter which way you get as long as you're getting it back. So you're pushing the leg back, you're again dropping them hips and you're going to feel it here. And you're also going to feel it here at the back of the leg. From there, we're bringing ourselves up onto our knee, rolling our shoulders down and pushing ourselves back. Now, if it's your right leg up, you're going to keep your right hand there so that that can still do that push. This left hand, you can lift up and reach it back so that you feel like a crescent moon. Now, you'll feel it right through your hips. And then we're bringing it forward and pushing back and bringing that leg back. So we're changing sides, bring that left foot forward. Again, make sure that it's not going over and in front of the toes. If it is, just bring it forward a little bit more. Move that back leg back any way that you can. Drop the hips down, bring the hands to the knees, push back, bring the shoulders down, look up, keep the left hand on so that you're pushing, and lift the right hand off, reach it back. Breathe into the chest, breathe out through the back. And again, we're coming forward and we're changing sides. As you see at the moment, I'm not really going into a child. Keep it going. Yeah, still got enough time. So, last time, you're always better the second time. Always, always, always. So, pushing down, lifting up, shoulders back. Lift the right arm, reach back. Now, keep that push going, that's with your left arm. See if you can bring the left arm up and look up toward your fingers. Keep pushing into them hips. And then bringing it down. Last one. So again, dropping down, move that leg back, bring ourselves up, shoulders back and down, lift the right hand up, push with the left hand, then lift. Make sure you're breathing as well. And then we're bringing it down. Taking that leg back, push back to child. Let your head relax. If you bring yourself back up. Now, I'm going to get you to stay in, you can come out of it while I'm talking, but I'm going to get you to sit in hero. Hero's a killer. So if you need to, if you've got a block, stick the block underneath. I will get one of my stool next time, next Wednesday, and I'll show you how to stay in it as well. But the blocks are really good because they take you right off. Stick a, this is a cushion. You can stick that underneath. Something to rest on. You can always put stuff underneath your toes, your feet there if that hurts. Because sometimes it's just that pushing down. You can always stick something kind of between your legs there to make it a little bit easier. So there's lots of different things you can do to make hero a bit nicer. But I am going to get you to get in this in a second. Yeah, so now, off his leg. We're going to work your hands. So you're going to bring your hands onto the floor in front of you and you're coming up. I hope you can see. Can you see my hands? You can see my hands. So your hands are on the floor. Stretch your fingers out, but you want to push with your fingertips. I can come over and have a little look. Who's here? Oh, hello, everybody. Hello. So we're pushing with our fingers. Now, from our nil position like this, we're going to come forward over our hands. So we're moving forward and backwards. Forwards and backwards. And you'll feel that right into your wrists, into your arms. It's just getting them ready so they know we're going to do something with them. Then we're bringing it back to centre and we're kind of moving to the side. Again, it's just moving them wrists and them hands in all the different directions they're supposed to be. And then we can kind of go round in a circle. And then when you do one way, you always have to do the other. It's the law. And then we're bringing it back. So this actually is my favourite, it's not most people's. You're going to turn your palms over so that they're facing upwards. Then from there, you're lifting your bum. Go this way. You're lifting your bum and you're placing, stretching your fingers out, placing them flat down on the floor. Keeping the elbows down. So you'll find that the hands, the front of the arms are forward. From here, it doesn't matter if you can't, you're going to try and sit your bum back down. And you'll feel that lovely stretch right through the front of the arms. Ooh. I say lovely, most people would say it's very lovely. So you might find that your bum doesn't go down, and that's okay. And when you need to, come back off. Now from here, peel your fingers back off. So we have to do it the other way. So instead of our palms being up, we bring our palms down. And again, we roll them, stretching the fingers out, facing in. So now you'll find that your elbows should be facing out to the side or into the front, depends on where they are. From there, keeping the hands down, again, sit back. Again, it's one of those ones that's either lovely or it's really painful. And these are from using the computer too much or your phone, or at the moment probably our remote controls for Netflix. And lift up and bring the hands up and just give your hands a little circle, give them a little shake, give them a little rub. So we're going to go down and start. Everything I've done today is building you up and getting you ready for wheel, which is that one. There you go, up into a bridge. It doesn't matter if you can't do it. I'm going to show you sort of how to get and where your hands need to be. So don't worry if you're thinking, I don't want to do this. You don't have to. But all the other little bits do help. And everything that we've done today helps as well. It's pulling everything back in the opposite direction. So it's a really nice one. I'm going to try and I probably won't go into full wheel, but I'll get you ready for it. So we're lying down on our back. Your feet are flat on the floor, sort of in line with your hips. Bring your bum in towards your heels and then roll yourself down. From here, keeping them legs together, push the pelvis down, turn the shoulder blades over so that the palms are going up. Tuck the chin in. Lift them hips towards the ceiling. So you're pushing up. Now this is bridge already. It's just we haven't got the whole lot. So it's like a bottom bridge, if anything. They're starting to work them legs. And then we're going to bring it back down again. Now make sure that when you come down that you roll and open that up so you're bringing the whole way down. So we're going to bring our hands, I'm going to turn this way so that the hands are in the right position. Move my hair slightly. So with your fingers, you're bringing your fingertips backwards towards your shoulders so that your elbows are going up in the air. And again, you're still pressing with your fingertips. The elbows aren't going out, they're not coming in, they're going right up. And again, you're tilting your pelvis and lifting up. But again, you're not going anywhere, but you can push with your fingers into the floor. But they're not going anywhere. You're just getting them arms, them hands, everything nice and ready. And then we're rolling down and taking the hands up. Now I'm going to take you up into getting your head down. So like I said, this is not if you've got any high blood pressure or low blood pressure. It's not great for that. I'm going to do it backwards so you can see my head go up. But it's the same movement we do at the beginning. It's that movement of the head going backwards. So again, I will bring my head up and then I'll roll it back out. Every time you do anything like this, make sure you see how you feel. If you've got any disc problems, especially in the back of the neck, then you shouldn't be doing this next bit. So feet up by your bum. Fingers and elbows pushing up. You're lifting your bum up and then you're turning your head and looking behind you so that your head's down on the floor. And then we're going to tilt the chin back in and roll ourselves back down. Okay? So we'll do one more of those. So hands are down, elbows are facing up. We're lifting our hips up, and then we're lifting our chin backwards so that we're coming onto our head. And then when we're ready, we tuck our chin in and we roll back down again. So I won't go, like I said, I'm not going to go into the full push-up. That requires a lot of arm strength. And I like to do things like, I prefer to be there so that I can help you get in. But just getting even back into that, it's a great back stretch. And it's also starting to work them hands. Even if you're not going anywhere, just that push, you'll feel the strength starting to work into the shoulders. It's starting to get ever so dark in here. Let me put that light on, even though I'm going in a minute. Yes, so we need to now, especially if you've gone backwards, we have to sort of stretch out, pull everything back in the opposite direction. And the best one for wheel is always child, because it always pulls everything back in the opposite direction. So instead of doing this, we're curling back up into that. So from your hands and knees, take your hands out in front, push your bottom backwards and let your head come down. And this is relaxing your psoas muscle. It's relaxing your lower back and relaxing your neck. Now we have to do the shoulders. So if we come back up, we're taking it into a threaded needle one. We're taking our right hand through, palm up, placing it on the floor, bringing our shoulder down, letting our head drop. If you can let that arm drop. If you wanted, you could take it over the back, grab hold of your leg and twist back. And it's a nice opening for the shoulders. And again, just a nice relaxation for the neck. We're bringing that hand back if it's not there, if it's there, coming up. We're lifting up. We're going to take it to the other side. So the left hand goes under, the head goes down. We can let the arm drop, or we can bring it over and it'll grab the leg. And then bringing it back, lifting yourself back up. So I'm going to run out of time in a few minutes. All I want to do is just to do a bit of breathing to relax yourself back down. So again, if you want to place your hands here and here, breathing out. Let me turn that light on. That's better. So placing the hands here and here, breathing out, letting everything fall down, then breathing into the base, the bottom of the stomach, so the hand comes out, and then into the chest, and then taking it out from the chest, and then out from the stomach. But you want to also feel it through the sides and also through the back. Do in through the nose and out through the nose. So if you breathe out, just closing your eyes. Now, if you wanted, you could carry this on afterwards. And it's always good to do it, especially at night time, when you're in bed, lying down, just before you're falling asleep. Have a listen to your breathing. And again, anytime that you're just sitting down, doing nothing in the commercial, just have a little go of your breathing. The more you bring your attention to it, the better it is for you. So we're going to take 3 cleansing breaths. We're going to breathe in through the nose, but you're going to breathe out through the mouth. And we're going to do 2 more. And our last one. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm going to say hello and a few waves to people. If there's any questions anybody wants, I've got about 4 minutes left. I'm just waving at everyone now. Remember not to say people's names. I upload these to, what did I say that was so funny, Alex? Oh, Bubbler. Okay. Yeah, that was probably about, Bo was laughing about me only doing 2 sun salutations, because it's true, I only ever do 2 because she moans. But I love having her there. She's my wonderful little girl. Go yesterday before. Yeah. If it wipes on Instagram or on Facebook, it stays there for longer. If it's on Instagram, you should always be able to catch it on YouTube. I'll put it up on YouTube as well. So if there's anything that you miss, it's always there. If you do, as well as if you wanted to, you could always text me, and I will be able to send it. I think I can probably send it through WhatsApp. Okay. So thank you very much for coming. I hope you enjoyed it. Tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock is it's a fitness yoga, but it's an assisted. So it's more for people with high blood pressure, diabetes, joint problems. I'll have a chair ready, have your bands ready, have blocks ready, so that you've got everything there if you need to. So thank you very much. I'm going to end now before it runs out. Take care. God bless. Oh, vitamin D. That's another thing I meant to say. Make sure you're having your vitamin D, especially with those being all stuck inside. People, even if you haven't got vitamin D problems, you may find that you've got a low vitamin D. So, yeah, if you can, take your vitamin D. Take care. Okay, bye-bye.